Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the January 23rd, 2012 edition of the Tucson Mortgage Weekly. I'm Todd Abelson, and it's been about a month that I've recorded these, and unfortunately most of the reason for my non-recording has been personal, family in nature. As they say, all's well that ends well, but heavens, 2011 is a year I am glad is behind me, and my family as well. So we're moving forward, smile on my face. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off. Okay, first of all, last week what happened? Well, most of the eyes were on what's going on in Europe. It continues to pretty much keep the attention of all of the traders. And the news that came out was that they're continuing to be very concerned about what's going on. Traders kept their monies in bonds. That really helped us move sideways, maintain some of the gains that we've had. Right now what's going on is that there was a late Friday announcement that there's a new tighter set of fiscal rules coming out in order to put automatic triggers in to protect against some of the problems that they have. Again, we're clearly not out of the woods about what may be going on in Europe, so keep your eyes open for that. That's going to kind of sort of dominate what's going on. One of the points of interest I noted was that you may recall about Greece being one of the worst offenders from a bond point of view, and they're talking about giving their bondholders a haircut of 68%. That means that the bonds that are being held are only going to be worth about a third of their current face value. So that's certainly not good. Okay, what's going on this morning? Investors are beginning to kind of loosen their grip on bonds a little bit after hanging on real tight towards the end of the week. And what that's happening is twofold. First of all, we're seeing rates push up a little bit, but also because we're already at some very, very, very low levels. Really, the only way rates can go at this point is to move higher. So ultimately, it's a great time to, on a short-term basis, if you've got something you've got to lock in right now, I would not be floating over a night or a day or two. Longer term, the indications are that rates are going to stay low, and who knows, maybe we'll get some improvements. But right now, the sentiment is to lock. What's coming up this week? Well, no reports today, but the big one's going to be Wednesday when the Federal Open Market Committee meeting. The minutes are released, and although, again, no increase in short-term rates from the Fed are expected, we are waiting for words regarding any hints or leaks of quantitative easing 3, QE3. That would be huge, really, really good, really, really bad for their own reasons, but the huge impact would be the prospect of it coming out. The traders have been holding their breaths, waiting for that news, and we'll see what happens. Okay. One thing that is come up, and it's actually started hitting pretty quickly, as you may recall, this is very important to keep in mind for yourself and for your clients. As of the end of last year, you may recall at the very end, the Congress voted to maintain the payroll tax cuts. Now, how did they fund that? Well, one way is they funded it on the back of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac by raising rates with the additional costs, or income, I should say, from those increased rates, going directly to the U.S. Treasury to help fund that property tax. And although it's not supposed to go into effect until April 1st, intermediate investors that sell to Freddie and Fannie, such as ourselves, are already charging for that because it might take 30, 60, 90 days in order for those loans to fund. So ultimately, we're already seeing, and you're going to be seeing, increase in prices. Check out the newsletter because it goes into a little bit of detail about why that's occurring, but ultimately, we're going to be seeing increases of 40 or 50 points for fees for loans, or about 1/8% in rate. So while that's not a bad thing, it's happening right before your eyes, and you should be aware of that. Again, another reason for the short-term locking. Okay, don't forget again to check out the website, TucsonMortgages.com. I'm Todd Abelson. It's Sun Street Mortgage here in sunny Tucson. Give me a call, 331-LEND, if you have questions. Look forward to hearing from you. Make it a great week and a great year. Bye-bye.